So in previous lecture we have started with rotational and vibrational spectroscopy, and there we have seen that the real molecules will show the rotational as well as vibrational mode of energy absorption when they are radiated with suitable radiations. And we have also seen the selection rule for the rotational and vibrational spectroscopy. So rule is just the combination of both rotational spectroscopy and vibrational spectroscopy, that is delta J is equals to plus or minus 1 and delta V is equals to plus or minus 1. So there we have come across one conclusion that due to the difference in the vibrational and rotational energy levels, there occurs a specific lines, okay? Specific lines with respect to one particular frequency. So what is that one particular frequency is simply the fundamental mode of vibration, okay? So around that fundamental mode of vibration you will get the certain different frequencies differing by the mode of rotation in the given molecule. So depending upon the which type of rotations are or which type of rotations are taking place in the molecule, there are two types of lines, that is one is called as R branch lines and another one is called as P branch lines, okay? So the transition and various selection rule which can be applied to find out the P branch and R branch in the given rotational vibrational spectra. So in order to define this P and R branch, we need to consider first the both expression for vibrational motion as well as rotational motion, energy of that rotational and vibrational motion. So we have already seen from the quantum mechanics that the energy of vibration for the given molecule is given by what, V plus 1 upon 2 hc omega bar, and rotational energy is given by h square upon 8 pi square I into j plus 1. Okay, these are the energies, simply energy, not a wave number. Now this V is what? V is the vibrational quantum number, h is the Planck's constant, c is the speed of light, omega bar is what, the frequency of vibration in the given molecule. Then here I is what? I is the moment of inertia for the rotational motion, j is the rotational constant, rotational quantum number for the rotational motion. So for the combined rotational and vibrational motion of the molecule, the total energy E of the molecule is given by what? It is the combination of both energies, that is rotational energy as well as vibrational energy. It should be vibrational energy, okay, here. So the total energy will be the combination of both rotational energy as well as vibrational energy. So again we will consider the same type of derivation that we have previously considered. So we will consider the two energy levels differing by the certain energy, that is delta E, and they are having the vibrational quantum number V dash and V double dash, and rotational quantum number as J dash and J double dash, okay? So just simply change the two equation as for low energy, that is E dash total is equals to V dash plus 1 by 2 hc omega bar plus h square upon 8 pi square I into J dash, here it should be J dash into J dash plus 1, and similarly E double dash total is what? V double dash plus 1 by 2 hc omega bar plus h square upon 8 pi square I J double dash into J double dash plus 1. Okay, just simply we have substituted lower energy values and higher energy values. So now in order to find out the total energy change, that is delta E, we just need to subtract the higher energy to lower energy, that is delta E is equals to A double dash minus E dash. Then just upon subtracting that whole equation, we can simply get this equation, okay? That is delta E is equals to V double dash minus V into hc omega bar, here it should be omega bar, plus h square upon 8 pi square I J double dash into J dash plus 1 minus J dash into J dash plus 1. Now we have the two selection rules, one is for vibrational quantum number and another one is for the rotational quantum number. So we will try to apply that simultaneously, that is applying the selection rule for the rotational and vibrational transition, that is delta V is equals to plus 1 and delta J is equals to plus 1. So once we have applied that first rule, the equation will changes to this form. Okay, so we don't need the detailed derivation of this. So just consider the final equation, that is delta E is equals to hc omega bar plus h square upon 8 pi square I into 2j double dash. So just consider this final equation. Now the total we know that the wave number for the radiation absorbed for the transition can now be determined by what? This formula, that is hc nu bar absorption, that is the radiation energy that we have used for the given IR transition. Okay, so this E total is simply equals to this, means what? This hc nu bar is equals to hc omega bar plus h square upon 8 pi square I into 2j double dash, or this nu bar is equals to omega bar plus h square upon 8 pi square I into c. Here it h will come. Okay, not h square, here h will come, this h upon 8 pi square I into c, because this h and this h will get cancelled, one of h, into 2j double dash. Therefore we know that this h upon 8 pi square I into c is what? It is the Jerome constant or the rotational constant. So simply just substitute that value. So finally we get, for the delta j is equals to plus 1 and delta v is equals to plus 1, the energy absorbed will be the omega bar plus 2b j dash. So energy will increases with the increasing into the rotational quantum number. Okay, so it is depending upon the rotational quantum number. Now consider the second case in which delta v is equals to plus 1, that is absorption is taking place only, but in the rotational motion the emission is taking place, that is delta j is equals to minus 1. So upon simplifying that equation, we get same type of equation, but instead of this plus sign, here minus sign is there, and instead of j double dash we are having j dash. So that is the only change, that is new absorption is equals to omega bar minus 2b j dash. So from these two equation we can say that the first term omega bar, which represent what? The original center of vibrational band, which is a fundamental mode of frequency, and the two terms, that second term denotes the rotational lines associated with the vibrational bands. Okay, so we are having the combined spectroscopic output or the combined spectroscopic spectrum in the p branch or the r branch. So for delta v is equals to plus 1 and delta j is equals to plus 1, the rotational lines can have the various values depending upon the values of this j double dash. So for j dash to j double dash of 0 to 1 transition, the r0 line, from 1 to 2 line it is r1 line, similarly r2 line, r3 lines, etc. Okay, and similarly for the uh, emission spectroscopy or the rotational line where in the lower frequency side, so they will constitute the p branch of a rotational spectrum, rotational vibrational spectrum, and the transition will be what? From 1 to 0 p1 line, 2 to 1 p2 line. Okay, likewise. So in spectrum it will be like more clear. So if we get the transitions from, see here, we all know that this by using this Jablonski diagram, you have come across that phenomenon that first there are the electronic energy levels. Okay, within that electronic energy levels there are certain vibrational energy levels, and within that vibrational energy levels there are again rotational energy levels. Okay, so we all know that these electronic energy levels are subdivided or the containing the vibrational energy levels, and vibrational energy levels containing the rotational energy levels. So these are shown by using this first vibrational energy level, and this is second vibrational, higher vibrational energy, and within that we are having this j dash, j double dash, j. Okay, these values, that is low energy of rotational, higher value of rotation. So these are shown in there, and the difference in this two energy level is again 2b, and difference in this fundamental mode and two difference in the p and r branch is 4b. So the vibrational and rotational spectrum which shows the gap between P and R branch line, and the gap of Q branch is expected, but they are forbidden from the selection rule. Okay? So we'll try to see this anharmonic oscillator later on.